Welcome back. The Democratic Republic of Congo has declared an end to the Ebola outbreak believed to have killed 33 people in the country. It's been 42 days since the last detected case of the virus, the length of 2 incubation periods considered long enough to declare an outbreak over. World Health Organization spokesperson Tarik Jasarevic says that the World Health Organization was better equipped during the latest outbreak and acted quickly to provide support to Congolese authorities. This marks a sharp turnaround from the criticism the WHO received in being too slow to react to the 2013 to 2016 outbreak in West Africa.
Today, we welcome the declaration from the Minister of Public Health of the Democratic Republic of the Congo that the country's most recent outbreak of Ebola has ended. The government was quick to respond, quick to invite support where needed, and quick to inform the public about the risks of the disease. This kind of leadership saves lives. Together, we must build on the momentum of this Ebola response to improve health services for all Congolese. They deserve to be protected from all health risks, not only those that make headlines.
This outbreak in DR Congo was beaten by a number of response elements, such as case investigation, providing care for sick people, contact tracing. But this time around, we also had a new tool that was investigational vaccine, with which we managed to protect more than 3,300 people. And that is something to look forward in future fight against Ebola.
As Ethiopia and Eritrea continue their journey towards peace, Eritreans are hoping that this reconciliation will mean that tourism can take off in their country. Considered one of the least visited countries in the world, Eritrea hopes that newfound peace with Ethiopia will draw in foreign visitors and help build their tourism industry.
Eritrea's port city of Massawa has been described as a forgotten gem along the Red Sea. But after the historic reconciliation between Eritrea and its longtime foe, Ethiopia, this gateway to one of the world's busiest shipping routes has found itself suddenly open to business.
There were times we didn't have a single person coming to dine or to stay at our hotel often. Not a single person to receive or host. But now we have started to work a lot. Now we are already getting busy. So far we have not had any complaints about the food or the beds, even though we are not prepared for this number of arrivals. So we are happy.
The city's infrastructure still bears the scars of over 20 years of war. Last week, the national carrier, Ethiopia Airlines, made its first flight to Asmara in 2 decades. Many of the passengers were Ethiopians, anxious to sample a destination that has had one of the world's lowest number of tourists.
This place is untouched. You can create a lot of tourist destinations and link them up to packages with Ethiopia. So this piece will have a lot of impact on the economy, especially when it comes to tourism.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Mohamed joked with his Eritrean counterpart on his visit to Addis Ababa after both sides declared an end to the state of war, that Masara and the capital, Asmara, may not have enough hotels to host a wave of visitors coming in. Residents hope this newfound peace and love will bring with it a boost to the region's economy and business.
My happipiness is limitless. Now this place will thrive. There will be business as our Ethiopian brothers will start coming and having good time here. We will welcome them with all we have. Overall, I think this place will come alive again.
Asmara was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2017, but not many people could visit to see the undisturbed beauty of its 20th century architecture.
An all-female group in Egypt is using Cairo's gridlocked streets as their own personal playground to practice free running and parkour. The women are hoping to form the first professional parkour team in Egypt. Take a look.
These group of Egyptian women gathered to run and jump off the barriers and walls of an abandoned park in Cairo suburb in the early hours of the morning. Their message is strong but unusual, challenging social norms through parkour. Parkour, which involves running, climbing, and jumping acrobatically around buildings and over terrain, was founded in France in the 1980s. The group of women have trained fiercely for the past 6 months, with the aim of forming the first professional parkour team in Egypt.
It is natural that people do not accept it in the beginning because they were not used to it. They did not accept the idea that girls played sports in the streets or played sports in the first place. The idea needs more time to evolve, and that sport needs to spread more so that people would learn about it.
OMRAN, who is part of a group called Parkour Egypt, trains the women on climbing obstacles, landing correctly, and seeing opportunities in buildings around them.
When parkour became more popular, it was a little bit difficult for women. Now the whole world knows what parkour is. They know what jumping over obstacles is. They have watched videos locally and internationally. Women are now training, and there are women who are starting to come. As the sport spreads, the acceptance of women training increases, and it is not unusual for women to have a team and train.
Parkour Egypt, which started off with a few players, now trains hundreds across the nation, but the sport has generally picked up in very limited circles in Egypt and has no regulatory body.
I learned to get over my fear a little bit more. I remember doing a roll for the first time. I was scared of putting my head on the ground. I started training more, and I discovered that facing my fears is very joyful. People have a degree of fear, but I consider challenging those fears a big success.
Last year, Britain became the first country to officially recognize parkour as a sport.
Zimbabwe's tobacco sales have reached an all-time high of over 237 million kilograms as the season ends. These numbers challenge years of economic gloom that followed seizure of white-owned farms in 2000 as black farmers begin to benefit from a controversial land reform. And that's it on the program. Thank you so much for watching. I'm to meet up with Agbemi. Bye for now.